Morning, everybody. Alright, time to make a delivery here. On US 70 heading eastbound right now from we're split off from US 84 in Muleshoe, Texas. I'll be delivering to the Walmart DC in Plainview. Only about maybe 5 miles away. I think I see the DC over there. I've been there several times. It's going to be up here a little bit. Actually, it might be looking too far north. Won't be too much longer. We'll be getting on I-27 northbound, and it'll be a short distance north on 27 before we exit the interstate. Let's see. Make sure the main camera's not getting obstructed by crud on the window. Windshield, whatever. And I'm gonna have to deal with the lane alert, even when I'm right in the middle of the lane, because the wet road here. The lane alert is not so great at figuring out where the lines are at when the roads are wet. So, a lot of times where it's indicating that I'm crossing the line, giving out that audible buzz sound that you're hearing, when even when I'm in the middle of the lane. Big properties here. Decent looking homes too. I mean, not the most like humongous and like mansion-like beautiful homes, but definitely nice enough. I say, you guys know. There you go again. You guys know how I am with brick homes. Yeah, I always like that. There we go, middle of the lane, and it's going off. Anyway, like I say, I always like that kind of structure set up, and then the properties always look like they're well kept. And people take pride in their how their homes look, and I like the curbside appeal of a lot of the properties that I see in this part of the country. Alright, we've got our slower speed limit coming up, and I can see traffic on I-27 up ahead, about maybe a mile and a half up, if even that. Come on, quit fighting with me. Trying to get it right at the right RPM to get it into gear, but it's like it kept wanting to go just a bit above or just a bit below where I needed it to be. Down to 55, and now I have done videos delivering here before, but again, not everybody sees the older footage, and every time it could be a different experience. Okay, so this one is one of those places where I suggest you not follow your GPS instructions. At least with Google. I don't know about truck GPSs, but if you follow Google, it's going to tell you to get off at an exit you don't need to get off at. Yeah, it's just the one left turn lane up here. I thought it was just the one left turn lane, but I couldn't remember for sure, and then I was having a hard time seeing what directions the arrows were pointing on the sign there on the overpass, because they were obscured by the light, the housing that the light's on. I don't know what you call that thing. The lamp assembly, or sure, that sounds good. Okay, so I got an hour and 54 left on my clock. That's not going to get me to Cactus, because it's about a 120-mile trip from Plainview up to Cactus. So I'll just plan on ending my day at that pilot, 20 miles north of here, because I do want to get a shower anyway. And I don't want to have to go over to the east side of Amarillo to get a shower, because that kind of adds in extra miles to go off to the, you know, kind of over to the east side end of town, when I go directly to the, you know, straight through the center and stay directly on my route, and by going to that pilot up here. Okay, so we're going to get on 27 north here, but I guess it's also 87 north. Now, Google, I think, I don't have my Google Maps doing anything right now, but normally it's going to tell me, I'll show you the exit that it's going to tell you to use, more than likely. I have some experience with that. So I will teach you how to not make the same mistake. Or it's not really a mistake, but it's why would you go this way when the next exit up is a better, quicker route. That would be getting off of the Quincy Avenue or Quincy Street, whatever you want to call it, exit. It might be this exit right here, Highway 194, exit 50. That might be the one that it'll try to tell you to take. Or is it the next one up? I forget. Can't see enough right now. Yeah, I think it's this. Yeah, it is this exit right here. So Google will probably tell you to take exit 50 right here, and then have you circle around counterclockwise around the property. But you don't need to do that. You use exit 51, Quincy Street, which is 3/4 of a mile up here. And see the south end of the Walmart DC is right here in front of us. But we got to go to the north end, and we can just get to it from the street that goes right along the north side. So you see the overpass up ahead with the Walmart truck going across it. There's going to be come on. I can't move over, shithead. Hit your gas pedal. Because if I move over, you're not going to let me back over so I can get to my exit. So, alright, so right after we get underneath that overpass, there'll be an intersection right there we can turn on, a three-way there, right where that truck, where that trailer is at. There'll be a CDL school right there at that corner. Actually, that trailer right there is it's blocking the driveway to the CDL school, so people, or they usually do that at least, so people can't come park in their lot and camp out. It's not really blocking their driveway, but this other one here is. Did they close the school down or something? I don't see the signs there anymore. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna look over at we've got the empty lot right over here. I should have started scouting out before I even got off the freeway, because I'd get an idea if there are JCT trailers over there. I didn't see any over there at the moment, right now, but it doesn't mean there aren't any. It's also this row right over here where a lot of times I'll find our empty sitting. Can't tell yet. We'll just worry about it when we get in here. Alright, driveway coming up here. OTR driver's right lane, Walmart driver's left lane. I can't remember if they want tandems back or not. I see other trailers up there with the tandems forward, so probably won't matter. But alright, he's already coming out to check my seal. I'm gonna have to pull my enforcer lock because I know he's gonna tell me to do it if I don't. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're going to go drop our loaded trailer in the row straight ahead to the right. That'll be row BE, Bravo Echo. Anywhere in that row, and then over on the other end of the yard is where normally I'll find the empties. Alright, so I usually always do a U-turn setup here. There's just enough room for me to do it. If you're in a Freightliner, it's even easier. It's just enough room for me to do one myself. With remember, I'm in a 579. I don't have as good a turn radius as Cascadia driver does. Well, we'll see. See if we got any spots up here we can drop in and do a quick little U-turn style setup. Like I mentioned, these U-turn setups are the easiest that you can do. Just most people don't know how to, and I think that's a crying shame because they really are that easy. Now sometimes OTR drivers are like, yeah, that's some fancy ass shit you're doing there, like all crazy whatever, and like, it's really not much to it. Just maybe try watching the yard jockey sometime and you might learn something. That's how I did it. This is a spot right here, I think. Yeah, back. So get turned around. I watch my tail there. Make sure my tandems keep rolling forward and not backward. Alright. So as soon as that Walmart trailer on the other side of the Crete trailer starts to show up is when I start my turn. Mostly a pretty hard left turn, but not all the way left. Maybe a little bit tight on this. Yeah, I was a little bit slow to chase it. Should have been turning harder left than I was. So, which sometimes happens. This is probably one of the easiest ones to, type of backings to do without any kind of pull-up, though, in my opinion. Okay. Drop this one like a bad habit and go find an empty to take off with. You never fucking change my status, you piece of shit. Alright guys, we're gonna go, I'll pull out from this trailer now and go find our empty. Fuck your clutch pedal. I swear there's like maybe a hydraulic bypass going on or something with it. I don't know. I could be wrong, but waiting on my zero pressure there. It's just a redundancy I have. Make sure I won't ever drop a trailer. Oops. Don't think it really matters too much, but I'm gonna go to yard move. This guy looks like he's looking for a trailer in this row, so I'm gonna stay a little bit further back because he's gonna he's going to suddenly kick out in the middle of the lane if he does find a trailer that he's looking for in the row. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're going to come up come up here and make a left before we get to where Prime is at. We're all clear over there. One time I've seen an empty of ours sitting over here. Actually, we have one sitting over there now, but when I did find one of ours sitting there before, it was unserviceable. So it kind of makes me think that if it's sitting there, it might be a no-good trailer. So I'll look. Because 7166 I saw sitting over there. I'll grab it as a last resort. If there aren't any other trailers over here that belong to us, either in this row coming up or over in the back, then I'll go check that trailer out. But I don't normally put our trailers over there, so if it's over there, it makes me a little bit more suspicious of why it's over there. I mean, it could be a legitimately good trailer, but I don't know. That's not normally where they put our trailers, so I'm apt to not want to grab something that's over there if I don't need to. Lots of dry van trailers here, so it makes it easy to just go right on by. I see a reefer over here, but I don't think that's a JCT trailer. Nope, not. So we'll probably, oh, I see one right there, 7242. Check that one out first. And if that looks hunky-dory, we'll take it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I mean, it doesn't have to be clean or anything. That's be great if it's full of fuel. If not, I can always get fuel when I get to the pilot up here, which I'm going to be at anyway. That message say? Alright, so let me get go ahead and hook up. So far this trailer looks mostly good. There are some signs of damage from I can't tell if someone dropped the trailer at this trailer at some point in time or what, but I'll probably show you guys on TikTok, possibly, or no, I don't know. I already did a quickie little TikTok while I was dropping the empty. I'm not a big TikTok user. Hooked in. Tug it. Alright. Tug it again. You don't do that to double check that it's hooked up. You do it to make sure the trailer brakes are functioning properly. Yeah, the only good way to do to verify that you're latched in is to get your ass underneath that trailer and look. I know people who've dropped trailers even when they did a tug test. Okay, so something else you wanna be looking at with pre-trips or paying attention to is when I start putting air to this trailer, I'm hooked up to 6828 now. I ended up disconnected from the other one. Ended up having some kind of high pressure or something, whatever. I really should take it to Amarillo, but like I said, if I didn't have...
You have 11 hours and 48 minutes of remaining drive.
If I didn't have a concern about my available hours and all that, I got 321 left on my 70. And not to mention, we do have pickups in Amarillo at the Tyson plant, but I'm not going there with my pickup, so I'd rather just stay right on the path. And this is one of the rare cases where I would leave that for somebody else. I normally won't. Normally I'll just go ahead and pick it up, take it, report it, take it to where they want it, which is probably the repair facility across the I-40 from where Flying J is at, and call it good. But I'm trying to preserve my hours, make sure I don't have problems getting to Southern Cal on time or early enough so someone else can take it from Southern Cal back up to Moss Landing, which is up above Salinas. I want to make sure I preserve what I can. Otherwise, no problem, I would take it. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and put air to the red line. Take note of how long it takes to fill up. If it takes a long time to fill up and the airbags are... the airbags look like they have plenty of air on them. So if it takes a while for this to air up, it tells me that the air is going somewhere, and it's probably not coming from the air right system. It could be coming from somewhere else. It sounds like it's not taking a very long time at all to get quiet. If you're probably noticing, so it sounds like a pretty good trailer. So I might be out to take not as close a look at this trailer as I might others, but the best practice, always take the look at everything you can. But yeah, there are certain little things that you can kind of, might be able to make your pre-trips a little bit more efficient. Where like this, it filled up, I maxed out the reservoir very quickly, so what leak there might have been is very subtle, if at all. So it's not likely that there's going to be anything for me to find there, like audible leaks or anything like that. I'm going to go check again, but it's not as likely I'm going to find those kind of problems. So yeah, it just kind of depends. Even like weather might affect how I do my pre-trips. If I'm going to be in rainy conditions, I might not be so apt to go underneath the trailers as readily as I will in this kind of weather or something. But I'm not saying that I don't do pre-trips and I don't advocate always going underneath. I do and looking at everything possible, but certain little things where it's okay, you can spend less time on certain things when there's certain telltale indicators that you're fine, and spend more time looking at stuff where there's telltale indicators suggesting that there might be something going on there that might merit some attention. Like airbags deflated tells me start looking real close at airbags, or if the airbags are inflated but this took a while to fill up, then I'd start taking a lot closer look at the brake system to make sure the brake chambers are all functioning properly, not leaking. Find out if something else is going on there. So little subtle details there can give you a lot of clues about how much deeper, how much harder I want to be looking at a system than another, depending on little clues like that. All right. So I'm going to do one last step here, and that's going to be to check the brakes for proper function. Brake lights, I mean. And yeah, you do want to do a brake test also. I already did a tug, so it's not going to be an issue. But I do have an exterior light test switch here on my truck that a lot of trucks don't have. And I was able to check all of the lights on the trailer and verify they were all good except for the brake lights. And I don't want to be having another brake light in-op problem with DOT. So I'm going to do this, hit my switch there, and we'll go check on the back. And as long as it's good, then we're good. I also need to slide the tandems. I don't really need to, but I mean, because I am going to end up dropping the trailer with the tandems all the way back anyway, but not much sense of driving with them all the way back like that if I don't really need to. I don't need them at the 40-foot mark necessarily, but just somewhere other than all the way back is a little bit more ideal. So I'm going to slide the tandems forward as well. Okay, so verified the brake lights are functioning properly. So now if I get any kind of problems where they're not, well, not like I'm going to have to worry about it. There aren't any weigh stations that I'm going to hit on the way up to Cactus. But if I verify they're working properly, then that's one less thing. Hey, I got proof right here that that I pre-tripped that and they were working fine. So, slide the tandems forward. This should be good. Doesn't have to be all the way up. In fact, I've talked many times where I don't like the tandems all the way forward. If they're all the way forward, it's more tail swing. More tail swing is more of a concern when you're backing into spots, and we're got to worry about whoever's on your blind side. All right, so let's get out of here. Yard move it. Check out at consignee. Get checked out, and we'll get out of here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and send my empty call because I already know this is the trailer I'm gonna take with me, and then I don't have to worry about messing with it over there at the gate. Okay, now we'll get out of here. We'll get back over to I-27 and then we'll end the video there. I don't think anybody was over here in this road, but you never know. Because all the time I was out there, I didn't hear any. That's one of the details that I'm watching for, is listening for other activity going on in the area, and I didn't hear anybody except for yard jockeys. So, and they didn't go back there. Alright, swing extra wide here. Give all the room I can to make sure I'm not going to have any chance of hitting that Werner trailer there. Something for rookies to remember. These aren't cars. You cannot come around. You can't maneuver around equipment the way you can in a car. The one day you forget that, you're going to have an accident. Guaranteed. It's starting to get a little bit bright out here, so sunglass time. Do this J-hook kind of turn here to give the tandems extra time extra space to work with to get lined up here with this lane. Have space, use space. Wait for him. We'll come up here to this stop sign and then they'll verify the trailer's empty, whatever, and then we'll head out.
You have 11 hours and 48 minutes of remaining drive time.
Come on, you gonna change my status or not?
Attention, a new important message has arrived. Attention, a new important message has arrived. Attention, a new important message has arrived.
Alright, let's get out of here. Get over I-27 and I'm going to head up to the Pilot. I forget the name of the town. It's Rip Griffin / Pilot, whatever you want to call it. About 20 miles north of here. In between here and Amadeo. So, yeah, we'll just get on I-27 and end the video there. Take a closer look at that CDL school. I think they shut down. Yeah, it's a little humid out here too, so it's making me even more feel like I'll even be more ready for a shower. Straight ahead here, make the right on the service road here. Yeah, I mean, it looks like because there used to be a sign right there over the door, and I don't see a sign there anymore. It looks like it got removed, so I think they went out of business. Get up here to full speed before this KW catches up. I think I will. Let go of my damn gear. I had to hesitate because I couldn't get it out of 8th gear. Kind of just a mistiming thing there. That's why I like the double clutch. It's easier. I mean, that way if your timing's just a little bit off, when it's even more noticeable when you have a fully loaded trailer. Alright, so I did that on purpose because I knew that guy was coming up, and I saw that debris in the middle of his lane. I knew he was not going to want to run it over, so I moved over to create space just to give him a little bit more to work with in case he got too close to me. Yeah, as it was, it looked like he didn't catch on. Come on. Seems like your speed's doing just fine. Now this guy over here in the KW backed off, but KW's he's been gaining on me anyway, so I'm not going to try to go in front of him. Especially when I can tell this guy with the stuff and lease trailers, look like he's going to go faster than me anyway. I kind of backed off on my speed here also to get KW by me a little bit faster. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Like I say, it's I can't remember the exact exit number where the pilot's at. It's like exit 72 or something like that. 70 something. That's all I remember. It's on the other side of the highway. That's where I'll be shutting down for 10 hours, and then I'll head up to Cactus from there later tonight. So, alright, thanks you guys for hanging out and watching, and we'll see you guys in Cactus. See ya.